disconnected. Ah! Okay, we're fine. It obviously helps that I've played a ton of the, what the heck? Hello?
Be neither timid nor arrogant.
Hold on, let me double check that YouTube chat is still working on my end. But it does obviously help a lot. Yeah, okay. That, I've played a lot of the games. I do think that there are channels who make guide videos and stuff for Persona stuff.
Let us clean up this mess.
Like, there's plenty of stuff. I don't know if I could ever do Persona 5 stuff, or if I did, I'd have to do it in a different way. Because Persona 3 and 4, and even Persona like 4 Golden, came out at a time when not a lot of people were making guide videos and stuff on YouTube. So there's still room there to make guide videos. Persona 5 came out around the time where people were making a lot of guide videos, especially with Persona 5 Royal and everything. Has tons of guide videos for it. I still have some ideas of like videos I'd like to make about Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, but there's already a like social link guide, and also it's like less necessary because Persona 5 is just easier to get all the social links done than Persona 3 and 4.
That should come in handy. Pocket it.
Like somebody literally asked me the other, or commented on, I think the P3 video, the P3 Best Persona video, and we're like, hey, are you ever gonna do a P5 one of this? I'd be really interested to see your thoughts.
Now accept your fate.
I was like, hey, thanks for being interested. It's a little hard to do that because DLC Personas, haha. I do have some ideas on how to do videos like that, but also I don't have like a ton of experience of playing Persona 5 without the DLC Personas. Oh, cool. Money is power. Nice. Got that achievement
easier than expected.
for spending a bunch of money in battle. But anyway. But, so I'd have to, like, do something else for Persona 5 than I would for, like, 3 and 4. But I think that there's room, obviously, to do some videos about, like, P3 Portable, Persona 4, Golden, some stuff for Persona 5 and stuff, but yeah. But yeah, you're right, there are a lot of, like, guide video channels who kind of, like, skim over, like, they are covering whatever new game comes out, but there's not a ton that like have guide videos for like PS2 games and stuff from the year 2020 plus, you know. But you know, as somebody who's played through all the games and like really dug into all their systems and everything, like I could make guide videos for Persona 1 and 2. Like I could do that. And who knows, maybe it would be worth doing so because, you know, in a couple of years here, we might get ports or remakes or something, and then people would be like, oh, I wonder if there's a guide video for that. Well, it just so happens, you know. I think there's definitely room there for that kind of stuff. The only thing is getting, like, all the information together. Maybe even doing a whole other playthrough off-screen to get, like, good footage for stuff. Especially with Persona 4 and Persona, like, the Persona games. Where, like, you know, you have all the social link stuff. One reason why keeping notes every day, well, with the everyday thing, was so useful for making guides is like, oh, I'm talking about ranking up Yukari. Let me just Control F for Yukari in my notes. Oh, I have literally every single, you know, hang out with Yukari, and I can just go through and pick the one I want, find the footage, and like use that, right? Like it was super useful, and I'll probably record in a similar way, even if I don't like do it like every day. Like I'll just go super quick through stuff. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too into the weeds on this stuff, but yeah, I would like to make some more videos about more games. I'm just lazy. Well, I always find excuses not to edit, and I need to stop making excuses for not editing, and like make it more of a priority, pretty much. But yeah, because like honestly, with my internet and stuff, like the fact that I'm trying to stream as like my main content with my internet being the way it is like so messed up. Honestly, I've thought about like stopping streaming, but it's too much fun, to be honest with you. I still enjoy the streams and stuff, but I do think that I should make videos a bit more of a priority. Because it doesn't matter if like the upload speed of a video is inconsistent, because you know, once the video's there, it's just there. You don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's funny. Back when I was still only streaming on Twitch, we didn't. My internet was so bad. What I would do is I would transfer the video, like a VOD, to my phone, and then I would upload it to a YouTube channel, like the Box O'Reilly storage channel. You can still find that. That's where I was uploading all my VODs from Twitch before I started dual streaming. So yeah, it was like a really scuffed way to do it, but it worked. It did indeed work. So, you know. Sorry, what about a few days? Gosh. Oh, great. I have to fix YouTube chat on my end at some point. Don't worry, the game isn't, like... Yeah, I just alt-tabbed from the game. That's why it's paused. Oh, this guy. So this guy is, like, one of the reasons why this is such a good grinding spot.
Right there. Here we go. We're here to stop you.
I'll have to fix YouTube chat in a minute on my end.
I'll be taking that.
Why, hello there.
I shall vanquish evil.
Right on target. Nice one.
But if you can kill him in one
Without
without getting hit,
My life is
you get
in your hands.
so much
Time to end this.
No, hold on.
the internet.
Woo, not too shabby. Let's keep
Oh,
this up.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
No way I'm stopping.
Satisfactory.
yeah, it is what it is with the internet. I wish it could be better, but honestly, our choice of providers is kind of limited. I think I've mentioned a few times. Here, let me fix YouTube chat a sec. 1 sec. Because we disconnected and reconnected. So now I think YouTube makes a whole other stream, but also like, which is kind of funky. Anyway, no, we're kind of limited for providers where I live. They're supposed to be putting in like cable internet in my area. They were supposed to do it last summer. We'll see if they do it this summer. It's just a large area and they just haven't gotten to us. Like, I know people, neighbors and stuff who have it already. They just haven't gotten to us. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it comes to my area soon, relatively soon, and then I don't have to like mess around with like the current service provider I have, because they're not great, to be honest with you. I've had a lot of issues with them, obviously. So, because they will like, the way they do it is like they will literally throttle you based off of how many other people are using the same service in the area, and they will prioritize like phone stuff. So the more people that actually use them, the worse the service gets in an area. So it's not great, not gonna lie. But yeah, so I don't know, maybe that'll happen at some point here, and then I don't have to worry about internet as much. Although it might be more costly, but honestly, I would pay an extra $5-10 a month to not have to worry about some of the stuff, you know, with the stream and stuff. Because it does like stress me out a little bit if like the stream goes down for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm like, well, there go all the viewers, and I don't blame them, because you know it's like fudge. Or like when YouTube like makes a whole other stream rather than just like re-zooming the stream.
That should come in handy. Pocket it.
Like internet got so bad like last week. What was that last week? 2 weeks ago, where like it would constantly flick in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Poor Bakugan Battle Brawlers got absolutely mauled. I had to upload like re-upload all the VODs, because I think, what was it? The second stream of Bakugan Battle Brawlers got split into 24 some parts because it kept going in, out, in, out, in, out on YouTube's end. It was so bad. It was so bad. And then like it also somehow created like 7 different like streams scheduled for the same day or whatever. Like it's somehow also scheduled out streams on YouTube's end, where I had to go and like delete all of those streams later. It was so bad. I think legitimately, I think somebody had notifications on and unsubscribed because of that. Because I noticed like a few people unsubscribed after that stream, and I don't blame them. If they had like notifications on and kept getting that, holy cow. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about meta stuff a bit too much, I think. I don't know if this is interesting. I don't know. I always. Well, now I'm talking meta about meta. Thankfully, I didn't watch Bakugan. Yeah. The game is actually good. Like, it's a good kids license game. It's like the gameplay is very different because it's Bakugan, so it's like very different than stuff. As an adult playing a kid's game, it's very easy now. I played a lot as a kid as well. It is a good game. It's a good license game. You know, it's one of those license games that's like every once in a while you get a good one, like a really good one, and I think it's a pretty good one. The like soundtrack is really good. The visuals are pretty good. The gameplay is interesting. It is good. But yeah, I feel bad for Bakugan because it was genuinely a pretty decent, interesting game, and a lot of people voted for it. And then the internet just completely crapped on it, and it like, you know, I'm sure a lot of people who would have enjoyed it, but it didn't work out. So it is what it is. So, but yeah, I went through a whole like process of like going to the store multiple times and like doing a phone call and stuff, and I got new router from the provider. The one we had before was like a few years old and had eating problems where it would like overheat a lot of the time. So okay.
That's the last of them. The way's clear.
Hopefully now it like, you know, not as much of an issue.
Some enemies are still around. Careful now.
All right. How's that?
Now, we must strike with your guard.
Get ready.
Much obliged, Seisme.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know.
Some dark time to end this.
I don't know. Is this interesting listening to me complain about internet providers? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows?
Let's keep this up.
Yeah, like I was saying, again, getting meta about talking about meta stuff, but whatever.
The dent.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Nice.
Well.
Too much apparently. To be fair, I'm not sure because I just like pay into the family plan. I pay rent and because I'm still living with family, so I just pay my rent and phone bill to them once a month, you know? So it's all lumped together. So I'm not sure how much my share of like the internet is and like what it is total. I'd have to ask. But yeah, whatever it is, we're paying too much for the service we're getting. Yeah, no, my dad plays Fortnite, and he always complains about the internet too, so he's actually got an incentive to, like, when we finally get cable internet to like, change over, which is really funny. It is always very funny to me that my dad plays Fortnite. It's cool that he has a game he enjoys, but it is very funny to me. There's, like, times when I'll walk by and you'll have, like, you know, the headset on, and I can hear, like literal children talking on the other end.
That was the last of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's a little stifling sometimes, but no, I get along with my family pretty well. You know, so eventually I'd like to move out, but housing prices being what they are, I'm glad I have a pretty good relationship with my family, so I can, you know, do all that and, you know. Yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully I'll be able to move out here in the next couple of years if the market corrects itself and I can, you know, get a job, save up some money. Maybe I'll have to get a roommate, but that wouldn't be the end of the world. I could always roommate with my brother, or, you know, rent with my brother or something, but rather not have to do that. I shared a room with him for several years, and I don't know. We just have very different views on, like, how well things should be taken care of and stuff, so I get along with him. It's just sharing a room with him or like a living space with him again after sharing it with him for so long would be a little awkward, but not like the end of the world or anything. Yeah. Oh, right, we have to kill this guy to get the key. Forgot about that. But yeah, if you can live with family, it's probably pretty good.
Face me.
It is weird because like they talk about like how historically that was kind of the norm, is like you would live with your family for a while until you got married, and then you would move out. But it does feel a little stifling, like the older I get. But you know, I guess I just got to save up and get ready to move out then. I don't know. Things are definitely different than they used to be. 24. I was born in 2000, November 2000. I had my birthday like 10 days ago.
I see the enemy.
Yeah, no, my birthday was me playing Bakugan Battle Brawlers while the internet crapped itself for like 2 hours straight and created like all those different parts or whatever. Yeah. So it is kind of funny, like, when I was, like, playing Persona 1 and 2, I'm like, man, these games are literally older than I am. But no, I didn't get, like, the newest stuff growing up in terms of electronics and stuff.
That was brilliant.
Like,
How's that?
so I've always, like, my first video games growing up as a kid were Halo 1 and the original Command & Conquer, and then like Pokemon Blue. So I've always been like a couple of years behind when growing up, so I have experience with stuff that like people my age usually wouldn't. It's not like, oh, who is me? It was fine. I enjoyed Command & Conquer. I enjoyed Halo 1 and 2. I enjoyed those games a lot. It's weird to think that Halo 2 had its 20th anniversary not that long ago. But, yeah. I think like last weekend? So.
Come forth, royal soul.
So at least in terms of like games and stuff, I've always been like, I've had experience like further back than some people my age. Still, it's not like I'm young anymore, you know? Well, I am young, but like by internet standards, I'm not young anymore. I'm like, what, 24 now? So I'm now considered like middle-aged by by Zoomers, probably. Yeah, it is funny because like I'll look at my analytics and like I do have like a larger chunk of people that are my age or even older in my YouTube analytics than probably some other groups, because I'm playing video games from like the 90s with like Persona 1 and 2 and everything, and even like the earlier Persona games. It's kind of fun though, not gonna lie. Having oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, a good game is still a good game. Like, I'm still going back and playing, you know, games. Like, Chrono Trigger, right? That's a game that came out, like, when I was probably, what? 2 or 3, or maybe not even born yet, so... Still a good game if you go back and play it. Okay. So, what am I missing here? It's been a minute since I've done this dungeon. Let me go back over this way. So I think there's a gap here. Yes. Yeah, because I remember killing the skeletons up there for growing purposes. Did I not? Okay, so that ladder goes down 2 floors, not 1. So I haven't gone downstairs at all. Oh, I see. I think I see. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, like, going back and playing like the older Command & Conquer games now, like the first ones, the soundtrack and like the story is still pretty good and the visuals are still pretty good, but the gameplay kind of sucks compared to some modern RTSs, not gonna lie. Like I was replaying the first Red Alert. I ended up playing through Red Alert 1 through 3 this year, and the first game kind of sucks. Like campaign kind of sucks. Like, going back and playing it, it's like, man, those bunker missions where, like, you have no base and, like, 1 grenadier means, haha, reload, last save, scrub as you just like try and figure out the puzzle and just die over and over again. Those were not fun. I ended up not finishing either campaign because of those. But yeah. But I finished like all of like Reller 2. Like Reller 2 is great. I finished all of the campaign missions for that and the expansion, you know, Yuri's Revenge. So Reller 3 is pretty good. The story like really makes that, and the fact that it has like co-op is pretty interesting, even though you have to like jump through a bunch of hoops to get it working now, because EA is a EA, and the original versions of the game used GameSpy, I believe. So yeah, you have to like go through a community workaround to get RA3 online working nowadays. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, because there was that hole here, right? There's a hole here. Yes, I remember. Because upstairs there's another enemy, and I used to kill him over and over again.
That should
Yeah,
come in
yeah.
handy. Pocket it.
Yes, this guy.
Our usual tactics should work.
Renegade, now accept your fate. We cannot relax yet.
Chance against I say. Only 2 enemies left. Stay sharp.
Yeah. Even with stuff like Halo, like I have a lot of nostalgia for Halo that lets me overlook some of its issues. But going back and playing the original Halo 1, the combat is still really good, but some of the environments have like really shown their age at this point.
I'll strive for greater
With like how they're designed and everything. And like the back half is obviously, you know,
I
like
think
kind
I
of
got them all.
a lot of the back half of the game is like copy paste of the first half just because of time constraints.
I love it.
Okay, I think that's everything in the... Yeah. Oh no, I have to go and get that like one item I didn't get. I think there's a hole somewhere that I missed. Right? Oh no, wait, I have to... Okay, I see. I think. No, I don't see it. Okay, whatever. Let me figure it out real quick. Because that's the thing I need for nurses. Next pawn to rank up. So... There's probably a hole here somewhere I missed. Or there's a way to get to that ladder. So... Okay. I think if I go up over here and then I go down another ladder, I should be able to grab that item. I don't know. Yeah, I got into gaming when I was really young. But I still was like a very nerdy bookie kid for a long time. Okay, so how do I... Is there a hole I missed? I think so. At least not from this angle. Where am I... What am I missing here? I feel like I had this problem the first time I came around here too. I was missing something. What am I missing? There's got to be a way to get in there. Maybe by the entrance? Let me go back around a minute. I think there's a hole or something to get into that room. Yeah. Yeah, I don't play like a lot of first-person shooters on stream just because they take a bit more concentration, so it's hard for me to talk and play those games at the same time. But I do enjoy a good amount of FPS games and stuff. Or at least like the campaign modes of them. Like I think I've been thinking about playing like replaying the Metro series off stream a minute, especially since that new VR game came out. Oh right, my bad. Now that we have the key, we can just open this door. Forgot about that. Yep. Okay. Oh wait, that's right. It's for starting to hang out with Cuculus or whatever his name is. Okay. Alright. Let me go back in real quick. I want to check something. Yeah, I'll probably just have to pick out, like, certain things to respond to. Although the most I think I've ever gotten is, like, 12 people at one time when I was streaming Breath of the Wild, like, 2 or 3 years ago during the summer. And, one of the viewers was using it as a hangout spot for them and their friends. Yeah, it was a good time, though. I enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I ended up pretty much 100%ing it outside the Korok seeds. I even got, like, one of those, like, packs of, like, amiibo cards, so I could, like, grab all the extra outfits and everything. And use the, like, Wolf Link dog thing.
We won't lose this fight.
I didn't finish, I never finished the sequel, though. I got, like, a third of the way through it, and then, like, and I was even streaming it when it came out. I bought the Switch for it and everything, like the special edition OLED Switch, because I had a launch Switch, and that one was getting kind of old and beat up, and I didn't have a OLED one, so I was like, oh, I'll get that one. But I never actually finished beating the game. I think it was just that, like, so much of it was the same as Breath of the Wild. I think I will probably go back and, like, play through the whole thing at some point. But, I don't know. It was just like, man, didn't I already do this? This feels like just, like, a DLC for the
Let's do this.
Now we fight.
Breath of the Wild. And honestly, I didn't enjoy, like, there were certain things I didn't enjoy as much, like the player home thing. I enjoyed the way they did player home in Breath of the Wild more. Which is odd, because you can make your own player home in the game. But I don't know, just something about that. I enjoyed, like, more well-made one by the devs with proper tools than one I could make, like, with my stuff.
Smooth finish. Great work, everyone.
Also, I didn't feel like the location was as good.
Wish every
personally.
fight was that easy.
But yeah, look how much archetype XP, and we're getting less actually here. I think it was like, with bonuses, you can get like 900 archetype XP here. Or this early on in the game, with 4 people, it's so good for archetype grinding. It's so, so good. There won't be a better spot for archetype grinding until the 5th town, the Atria town, the is that the 5th town or is that the 4th town? That's the 4th town. The Atria, with that tower that's in the south of there. Oh, what got deleted? Hold on. Why did best game ever get retracted? That's so dumb. Why did that get retracted? What? Okay. Anyway.
Victory is ours. And safety hard won.
But yeah, no, Breath of the Wild was very good. I've played a lot of the Zelda games. I think there's a few I haven't played, but I've played most of the Zelda games at this point. The only 2 big ones I haven't played is Wind Waker. And then I've never played the original. I think those are the only 2 big ones that I haven't played. I haven't finished, like, there are a couple that I started but didn't finish. Minish Cap, I bought for the Game Boy Advance, like, way back in the day. But the battery in it was weird or whatever, so it never saved. Turns out later, I realized this not that long ago, actually. Gotcha, okay. It was a fake copy. GameStop sold me a fake copy that never saved properly. Oh, surprise, surprise. So the only way to play through it was, like, to leave it on, and I got, like, 3/4 of the way through it one time, just, like, leaving it on the charger, and then I got my Game Boy confiscated one time, and they didn't leave, my parents, surprise, surprise, didn't leave it on the charger, lost battery, lost all my progress, and then I never got too far into that game again. I want to go back and, like, play all the way through it, because it is a fun game, but anyway. And then Twilight Princess, I played the Wii version of it. I got, like, 3/4 of the way through that game as well. and then I got to the dual claw shot dungeon, and I somehow got myself stuck in a room where I couldn't get the key to continue on. Maybe I was just being a dumb kid, but like I tried for like several times to try and get out of that room, and I couldn't leave the room. I couldn't teleport out of there. I couldn't get the key to move on. I couldn't do anything. I think I accidentally soft locked myself somehow as a kid, and so I just like couldn't finish that game. So that's another one I'd like to go back and like play through. Yeah, maybe if Nintendo ever re-releases the HD version of Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, huh? It's weird that they haven't done it yet. It's really weird. I thought we'd get them as like end of life for Nintendo Switch 1, but maybe they're just saving it for like if they need it for Nintendo Switch 2, because they have to have that on standby. There's no way they don't, right? So, but yeah, anyway, this is a really good dungeon for grinding, FYI, if you need Archetype XP. Would recommend it. Like I said, there's not a better dungeon for grinding than this one for like at least another like 10 hours of gameplay probably. So yeah, because yeah, the way the farming works is you go in, if it loads, and then here you take a right. You can kill the 2 skeletons up top, but it's not a big deal.
Right there. Charging in. Time for some close.
You get through all these guys. This is usually a good amount of MP if you're using the mage to farm this guy out. Or it's a good source of money if you're using the merchant strat to farm this guy out.
We won't lose this fight.
For my own justice. Now accept
You kill this guy and his
cannot relax yet.
friends here
Oh, right.
Bite us.
with whatever strategy you want to do. Merchant works pretty well if you have the money for it. Otherwise,
What a finale! Keep your energy up, everyone.
no.
We made short work of that.
And then you run over here. You go through this hole, and there's another one of those undead like shaman guys over here. And each of these guys gives like, if you can kill them in one turn, gets like 700, 800 some archetype XP. Even more if you can come here on a day where like there's bad weather. And that's like for each character. So if you have all 4 characters, that's 4 leaves.
Observe the enemy.
That's about 6 leaves per run, which is, like I said, the best you can do for a long time.
Satisfactory.
You hit their weakness.
You think yourself, I'll use what I must.
So it's a really good farming spot for archetype XP. Not quite as good for XP, which is what I need.
Keep your energy up,
But yeah.
everyone.
Do not strike if you're obviously outclassed.
Yeah, see, I just got like 4 leaves from that. It's pretty good. Like I said, there's not a better place to grind for a while. So yeah. If you're still working on archetype XP at this point in the game, I would if you want to, it would be a good place to stop. I'll have to keep that in mind. I really one thing I really want to do with this game is a Pixie only run, so a MC only run. I want to start doing more Pixie only runs and kind of like make that into a series. Because Pixie is in pretty much every single SMT Persona game and everything, and being limited to just having that as like a party member or as your only Persona is a kind of a fun way to do it. It's not too much different than doing like starter only runs for the most part. There are some nuances that are different with it, but having that like be a series is kind of fun, where it's like every single game like has Pixie in it, so you can have that like be consistent across like pretty much every game. You could do it with like Jack Frost, but he's usually like a little later in the game. Pixie is in pretty much every single game from the start, so, and often she's like the first ally you'll get in like an SMT game or whatever. And she in of herself is kind of a meme with like, you know, SMT3 Pixie and everything. So, or like the fact that Elizabeth uses Pixie to cast her like Megidolon or whatever. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna do that anytime soon. For one thing, I think the next Pixie only run I'd like to do is the original Persona 4. A, because I've never played the original Persona 4 before, and also I think that would be fun. But I'll probably do that, like I said, once I get the Persona 5 Royal Pixie video done, and then that way I can be like, hey, if you enjoyed the video, I'm gonna start streaming the, the next version of this challenge pretty soon. So.
Okay then.
Being content brained with that. But yeah, kind of the strategy anyway. But yeah, no, I'm definitely ready to move on from this game after New Game Plus. I'm still having fun with it, but I think by the end of, doing a whole other playthrough, even if I am skipping a lot of the dialogue, I'll definitely be ready to move on. Like, this game is pretty good, but, like, the end game is kind of eh. Like, the only reason I'm doing New Game Plus is because I want to fight the extra boss. I think for most people, you can skip New Game Plus unless you haven't done all the...
Alright then.
Unless you didn't get all the followers done or something and you want to work on that. But, yeah. Anyway, okay.
Alright then.
Should I turn in that quest? Or... I think we can turn in that quest at night, right? Well, let me go...
Alright then.
Let's see. Today is the 11th. Oh, shoot, I forgot to check the bathroom yesterday. I missed out on a stat point. Oh, actually. Do I have a save from yesterday? I do. Nice. Oh, but wait. I can't go back to the Gauntlet Runner, can I? This is, like, right after I... Oh, okay. Whatever.
Hey! That's right.
I guess I could, like, camp out. But then, like, I lose the next day slot. Yeah, whatever. It's like a point of luck. Let me just make sure this isn't at the start of the dungeon. It was at the end of the dungeon. Because otherwise... Yeah. Yeah, okay. This is, like, after I've cleared out the dungeon. Yeah. I mean, most of that is for the new dungeons that are available and cleaning up quests. But yeah, there's plenty of time towards the end of the game to finish out all the... followers. As long as you've been keeping up with your kingly virtues. Which honestly, the way they balance kingly virtues is kind of weird in this game, where the further you get into the game, the better methods there are of upgrading them. So it's like a little weird, where like the strategy I think is kind of just to ignore working on kingly virtues as long as you can hang out with someone. Which, to be fair, that's kind of the Persona thing anyway. But really you want to do that because until you... Like, you just want to put off getting your kingly virtues up as long as you can until you get further into the game. Because there's usually going to be a better way of getting those up. Like, you only get 2 or 3 points from the stuff in the capital at the start. Books give 4. And, like, pretty much everything past the capital gives, like, 3 or 4. So, and then it goes to 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, it really starts to get up there. So, anyway. Is it worth the 1 stat point to lose a time period? Probably not. Let's just return to town.
Okay then, got it.
I'll have to try and remind myself to use the toilet more often. Actually, I probably should use the toilet in real life too a minute. I'm gonna go do that real quick now that I'm thinking about it.
Let's report back.
I will be right back.
Yes.
Hold on.
I'm back. But yeah, I think the Pixie only or MC only run of this game would be pretty interesting. Like, because the early game would be interesting because the way I usually rule it is if you can't get rid of party members, they just have to defend. Like if you're doing a solo MC run, right? But with this game, there's an accessory that makes defending cost only half a press turn, and then there's also an accessory that lets you use 2 actions in a row. So you'd give the defend thing to both your party members, or like the party members, until you can like remove party members from the party.
What now?
And then you would give the MC the piece of the accessory. Yeah, that lets him use 2 actions per turn. And then in the mid game, you would have to focus on like which followers are actually worth ranking up, because you would have to focus on which archetypes are actually good to use. And then in the late game, you get the Prince archetype, which has different ways of getting extra press turns. So I feel like this game would be really interesting with a MC only run. In the early game, the mid game, and the late game, there's something interesting to do in each one. Yeah. So I don't know, just something about that really, I feel like just from like a gameplay perspective, MC only run would be very interesting, I think. Anyway, what are we up to? Let's go hang out with Maria, I think. Yeah, let's check the pantry, hang out with Maria. And then you'd want to, because you'd want to balance working on your kingly virtues with like increasing your max HP and MP and stuff. So I don't know, there's just like a lot of interesting decisions you would have to make and like fun things to plan about that just would make MC only run really interesting.
All right then.
In my opinion, I don't know. I admit I'm being very dirty about this, but you know.
All right.
Personally, stuff like that is interesting to me. So, just the different decision-making stuff that comes up with like challenge runs. Like even with P5R, which I expected to be fairly easy, and it was decently easy. It wasn't like super hard or anything, because of the restrictions I placed on myself of not being able to change off Pixie and stuff, and only being able to use Pixie, and ignoring all the guy social links. I wasn't able to, like, covering Pixie's weaknesses became an issue, because I had a gun weakness, and like there were other things that were like, that came up that I wasn't expecting. Once I got to the mid game, like, for that game, the early game was the toughest. Like the first couple of palaces were horrendously hard, but once I got past that, like, it was only the late game that was kind of hard. Like doing the extra boss, like the super boss fights against the room attendants and stuff, required a lot of planning and all that. But yeah. I don't know. That's the thing about like challenge runs. I think they're fun or interesting if they prompt like interesting choices. Like there was a guy who was like doing a run of P3R where he was like reflecting everything, like he wasn't allowed to attack. But he kind of gave up on it because it kind of got boring after a certain point, obviously. It's like, because it wasn't, after a certain point, there wasn't anything interesting. He had figured out a way to reflect pretty much every attack, so it was like, well, this is kind of boring, right? So, you know, there is stuff like that. Like, there are certain challenge runs that make things more interesting than others, obviously.
How you feeling?
So,
Pardon?
in my opinion, anyway.
Interesting. Well,
How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing fine. Yeah, let's just keep hanging out with people until the next town. Let's try and get at least to the next town, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing on time. We're making pretty good time.
But of course.
But we're getting through about a town per stream, which is pretty good.
I assumed you were but a momentary distraction, but there's more to you than that.
Let's see, I need 15. Yeah.
Who wears the crown next
yeah, I do want to
matters
do.
little to me.
I haven't played Cuphead, but yeah, I do want
if
to play
it's
it at
you-
some point.
Time marches on,
yeah.
and the age of a new king draws nearer.
But yeah, there are some like challenges that are just, I don't know,
Say,
don't seem very appealing to me. Like somebody did, I saw recently there was a FNAF video where somebody beat all the FNAF games without looking at their cameras, and it was fine for the most part. Like for the first like couple of games, it was fine, but then they got to the hardest difficulty of FNAF 3. It took them like that section of the video, the YouTube video that they made was like 10 minutes. It took them like 6 months of like running 5 instances of that game for like 8 hours a day, like multiple times a week. Like they put like hundreds of hours into that game over the course of months to get that like 10-minute section where they beat the hardest difficulty of FNAF 3 without looking at their cameras. And the gameplay was just like so boring because they're not looking at cameras. They're just like, they're spinning the RNG wheel and like keeping up with like basic tasks until they eventually win. It was like, oh, can we already rank up more? Oh, dang. Okay, let's go do that.
I'll be.
Now, where what?
Yeah. I don't know. There's stuff like that where it's just like, oh my gosh, why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Well.
We did the. Oh, there's the skull emojis. It took a sec to load.
You don't say. Incredible.
All right.
I don't know. For me, I'd rather go broader.
Often
Like,
I find your
I like
words
digging into
resounding.
games, but I.
Well
and
then.
now that I've, been playing more of them, there are more games I'd like to replay with a twist or whatever. But okay, general.
I can
archetype.
depend only on.
But that being said,
Please do make yourselves comfortable.
yeah, I can't imagine doing that to myself, honestly. Like going that deep into a game, like I just don't see like what the reward is. Like I understand challenging yourself, but like unless that challenge has like interesting decisions to be made,
All right, then.
like I was talking about, I don't
Alright,
see it as
let's
like,
head there right
super
away.
interesting. Because when I think of a challenge run, I think of a run that like you add extra challenges on yourself, so you
Alright,
have to dig into mechanics or do
Alright.
certain things that you wouldn't usually have to do
All right, then.
because you have to use.
What now?
It was kind of like with Persona 5 Royal. Because I took out all the DLC personas and all the DLC accessories, I limited myself to just Pixie and just the female party members, only the female social links. I ended up, not having all the tools that I usually would have when playing Persona 5 Royal. So I, especially in the early part, I had to like really actually think about things and like calculate things a bit more. Like I had to use more, skill cards and stuff than I usually would have. So it like made me interact with systems I didn't interact with too much on like my first playthrough or whatever. Even when I like 100% of the game, there were certain aspects of the game I just didn't touch too much. Anyway, what am I up to? Right, hanging out with someone. Who are we gonna hang out with today? Looks like Marie doesn't want to hang out. Right, I think we hung out with her yesterday, so let's hang out with either Stroll or Hulkenberg. I guess Stroll. Although, if I remember correctly, Hulkenberg has a traveling rank at some point here. Because it would be good to get them both to the point where the next time they want to hang out is like while traveling, but I guess we'll see how it goes. I should also hang out with Barden if I can, because we need his
given me such strength.
I think his second tier job to get farther with more, but yeah. Heismay then, or can we start that? No, we hung out with Cuculus yesterday. That's why he doesn't want to hang out with us today. Or sorry, Alonzo. Hey, Cuculus is the fake name he gives us at the start.
I Now. Oh. My thanks.
Honestly, I'm not too much farther ahead in social links than I was on the first playthrough. I guess that's not necessarily true. I'm already all the way caught up with Brigatia until we get further in the plot, so... Yeah, I am doing better on social links. It's not substantially better. At least not yet. It'll start to snowball here pretty soon. Let's hang out with Maria. I think we wanted to get her to rank 7 so we can... Oh wait, we should start hanging out with him as well, though. Well... Dang. So many people to hang out with right now. Whatever. Do this for now. More can wait a little bit longer. So can Varden. Getting more XP is pretty important. And getting her to rank 8 lets me get another achievement done that I don't have done yet, so...
Aha!
I wonder if Papa is watching.
We did do all the dungeons in this area, right? I think we did. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else on that end to do. And then Cuculus or Alonzo? No Alonzo tonight. Oh, right. We have to get further in the game. He shows up in the next town. Oh, I know. Let's go check if anybody's monologuing over at the
What do you want to do?
over at the
All right then.
Thank you. You really helped me.
You're not serious.
I think I did to beat everybody in a debate that shows up over here in Martyria. I could be wrong on that, but I think I did. I don't think I ever beat Katharina in a debate. I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of different opposition. I defeated most of them in a debate. I don't think it... Obviously, I didn't beat all of them. Why don't I just speedrun to the boss? Oh, you can do the boss at any time. It's already there. It's just like you're going to want to get to like level 99 and unlock all your archetypes again probably before you go for the boss. Because it's the super boss, so...
You're not serious.
Yeah, you could go and do the boss right now. You just get stomped, is the thing.
All right then.
Okay. Yeah, I think my best bet is...
All right,
well,
then.
did I check the pantry on the Gauntlet Runner yet today? I don't think I did. Yeah, so most of this playthrough is just making preparations for that super boss, and for the hardest version of the final boss as well. Since there's a achievement for beating him without weakening him ahead of time.
Alright then.
And we're on the
Where
hardest
to?
difficulty, so between those two things, it'll be the hardest version of him. Getting there, though.
Alright then.
Yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of New Game Plus content, to be honest with you. The new difficulty, and then there's the new boss, but apart from that, there's not really any other reason to play New Game Plus unless you missed some stuff and you want to go back for it. It's a little disappointing. Little
Where to?
extra content there is. Alright, what should I do here?
You have my thanks.
I gotta remember to use the sword more.
Well
The achievement
met,
for
eh?
using that a bunch.
Good, good.
Pass some time here. Jumping off cliffs.
Alright.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
This here.
Alright then.
Maria doesn't want to hang out. Hulkenberg wants to hang out while we travel. That's good. I think rank 3 of Heismay gets us something, doesn't it? Yeah, it gets us the assassin. We should go do that a minute. Also, I should check the pantry a minute while I'm thinking about it. Tomorrow, I gotta check the toilet so I can get the extra point of luck. I think we're getting down there before the,
What now?
yeah, we got like 2 more days until we head off to the next town, so.
Alright. My thanks.
I mean, basically, this is speed running to the boss because we're skipping like pretty much all the story.
I must come to a decision.
Yeah, I was gonna let any ranks I didn't see properly play out in New Game Plus, but I got all the followers done on the first go around, so kind of skipping through them. Oh, that's a good option. Luck is useful no matter your build throughout the entire game, especially since there are so many items that you're going to want to farm out that drop from enemies and stuff, so. So I don't know where he is, and then Brigatia's door locked. Okay. Heismay, we just hung out with.
Let's go.
Yeah, Luck's a good option. It's not hard to level up Luck. It's not harder to level up Luck than anything else, but you do get less bonuses to it from archetypes bonuses and stuff.
Alright then.
Let me check if anybody wants to debate me real quick. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. Let me go ahead and save if I make sure I win this debate. And then that'll be good for tonight.
Oh,
I don't remember if I beat Roger or not. Alright, so what is he saying?
Oh my,
Yeah, I think I only missed like 1 or 2 of the candidates in a debate, so we'll see how it goes. There's less and less as time goes on, obviously, so.
Freedom, I say!
It's hard to remember all of them. There's like almost a dozen of them.
Not so.
No.
Ah, that was the wrong response.
All right.
All right, I'll have to reload a minute.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
All right then. What now?
Talking nonsense, you are.
Oh,
All right.
What? Oh, I skipped it, and so I skipped actually making a choice, didn't I? I don't know if I won. I don't think I won there. Right, I have the setting on so that you skip. When you skip, you don't even like properly choose stuff.
Time marches on.
That's a setting you
and
can
the
do.
age of a new king draws nearer.
For the most part, it doesn't matter, but there it actually kind of matters because I want to choose the right option. I'll have to remember that I can't do that with
All right.
fishing
Why
as
not?
well, since there's a you have to pick the right option for fishing to get the best results. Okay.
Talking nonsense, you are.
All right. Get through it the old-fashioned way. Just spam the A button. Oh, I think that's the right response, actually.
No.
Nope. Okay.
All right.
So it's the third response then. No, third time's a charm after all. It's weird how much the like rule of threes comes up in video games, where it's like 3 weak points or
Time
3
marches
mini
on,
bosses or
and the age
you know
of a
3
new
of this,
king
3 of that.
draws nearer.
Yeah, the rule of threes is kind of interesting, and how much it shows up in video games and all that.
All right. What now?
To the point where like if you do more than 3, I think it's because like after you've done something 3 times, it starts to get like
Talking nonsense,
a little
you are.
boring.
oh,
But like,
yeah?
if you have 3 times that you're doing something, then you have the basic first time. You have the second time where you shake things up, and then you have the third time where you shake things up a bit more. But you're still used to it. But if you do it like past that, then it starts to get repetitive.
Are you tired of being oppressed? Freedom!
Oh, it's the taxes
Please
benefit us all
listen.
thing.
What?
Well,
I just hope the person I didn't beat
I knew it!
was a person in like the capital or something, like at the end of the game. Otherwise, I'll have to wait until then
Works for
to
me.
All right.
do it or get that achievement done. But yeah, keep an eye out. Just beat people in debates. Trying to remember which ones I've already beat. I remember I beat like I beat the Yugif
Time
candidate,
marches on, and the age of a
the
new king draws nearer.
Blade Runner, Gauntlet Runner lady, but and a few others. Yeah, I don't think I ever beat the like old guy.
All right then.
Like 1 or 2 others.
Why?
Anyway. Before I hang out with somebody, I should check the bathroom. We should hang out with Maria, probably. Get rank 7.
All right, then.
We could actually finish off Maria. I don't think there's, like, a story
Let's go.
lock on her, so we could just finish off her follower rank up here soon. Although I think we're leaving town after tomorrow, so...
All right.
But yeah, rank 7 should get us even more XP when we win a battle, so... Good thing to grab.
Mister. Thank you. He gave me courage.
And there's the additional dish when cooking, which will be useful as well when we go to cook some of the higher tier dishes. Like the one that gives you more press turns. It'll literally double the amount of those that we can make if we make one a day.
All right, then.
Okay. Which, now that we've ranked up Maria, cooking is also free on, like, in-game time, so... let's see if anybody wants to debate, and then... If not, we'll go bungee jumping again.
What do you want to do?
But why? Amazing.
Lovely.
Nope. Okay. I will say, music in this game is very good. I was just, like, listening to the town theme. It's very good. But it's, like, balanced very oddly. Like, it's a lot louder than the English, voice lines. I've had to turn down the, like, music by, like, 10%, or 10-15% or so. So that way you can actually hear the voice lines. And so I can hear the voice lines, too. Because for whatever reason, they're just, like, not... They're not balanced very well, audio-wise. It's really hard to hear some of the story, like, talking over the music.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Are we leaving today or tomorrow? Okay. Looks like we're leaving today, so I just have